All right. Hey, welcome everyone. We want to welcome you to the Exo18 podcast.
And Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year.
Yep.
With our Exo18 leadership team. We are incredibly excited to kick off this podcast. We feel like we've got some fantastic things that have been kind of brewing in our heart to talk about, some deep dives into some content and really just some wisdom.
Controversy.
Ooh.
I mean, content and controversy.
Let's definitely go there.
Or content controversy.
That
is a thing too. You know, that is a thing.
That could be it too. Well, we've got all of the above: content, controversy, and content controversy.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Hopefully, wisdom and encouragement. We just really want to come alongside leaders and be a help. Really, that's what we want to do. I think Christy had said this before. We want to see people win.
Yeah.
That's what we want to see.
Winning at life.
Winning at life. We want to see leaders and organizations doing their best work, winning at life.
And Kelly, intro us. Who are we?
Who are we? All right. Well, we've got, we have assembled part of our Exo18 leadership team here, but I, Kelly Sherpy, get to be here with our two co-founders today, and Ed and Christy Ivie. These two are fantastic. Ed, I'm going to hand the mic over to you. I would go ahead, introduce yourself, share your wisdom and wealth of knowledge with us. Tell us who you are.
All right. Briefly, right? I mean, we have limited the amount of time that we have in our podcast. And so, my name is Ed Ivie. I am the president and CEO of Exo18, a strategic growth firm that we launched about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've pastored for more than 30 years. I'm a grower. I'm a builder. I know how to move the ball down the field. I'm trying to think of all the little terms that I can use that would kind of describe me. I have been a successful leader, and I've been a terrible leader at the same time. I mean, it's, in a 30-year journey, you experience a lot. But yeah, pastored, large churches, multi-site churches, and different things like that. My strength has really always been in that area of growth and being able to look at and being able to assess the pieces of an organization or ministry or whatever that is. Really, it's even in marketplace or, business, being able to look at the components, look at the resources, and being able to put together kind of a plan and strategy for how to take forward steps and how to make, pretty quick progress. So out of my heart for that and pastoring all the years and, we launched Exo18, and it's a little bit deeper than that we'll get into it. But that's just a little bit of a snapshot of who I am.
Fantastic. And I would just like to say, he's pretty cool. We nickname him Cool Ed.
Cool Ed.
Cool Ed has gotten his own nickname. So the merch line will be coming in
have a t-shirt.
2023.
I do have
You
a
do have a
t-shirt.
t-shirt. We've actually already started the merch line.
Right? Well, we didn't start it. Somebody started it.
For you.
And
it's kind of really not a thing you want to start for yourself.
I know.
A merch line called
Cool Ed.
Your name.
I didn't know how to take it, and I showed up for lunch to meet with a couple of pastors, and one of them had made a t-shirt that had my picture on it.
Made me feel so uncomfortable.
And what was weird is I had on the same shirt that I had on in the picture.
No.
And so we're walking.
Weird.
Yeah, we're walking around downtown, and I'm walking next to him, and here's a picture of me on his shirt.
Oh my gosh.
That just made my day hearing that story. That's fantastic.
So we do have a line that is ready to come out, and I am worried that some of my peers and friends that are listening might take advantage of that, but not as a positive. So anyway.
I love it. Well, we're going to transition on from Cool Ed. I promise I won't call you that anymore. I had to throw it in.
I'm really
intro,
worried about
right?
this sticking. This could be a problem.
I had to throw it in. All right. And then we've also got Christy Ivie, who is fantastic leader in and of herself, has so much, just such a breadth of wisdom and knowledge to share. Christy, you got to tell us a little bit, share more about who you are.
Oh, Kelly, thank you. Well, I'm the founder of Christy's Cause, a nonprofit that works to eradicate child sex trafficking and exploitation. I'm the co-founder of Exo18 alongside Ed. I've been an executive leader for 2 decades. And when that rolls off your tongue, it hurts a little.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons it hurts a little, but I'm like, wow, really? I'm that old, like 2 decades. But also, more importantly, I'm a wife, a mom, a Mimi, and an advocate. So maybe that's me in a nutshell.
Wow, that was great.
I love it.
That was great. That's
Well,
exactly who you are.
And we're here, Kelly. You're here with us. I mean,
I
you
am.
are a intricate part of the Exo18 team when we launched, and really you've been with us almost since the inception, or at least when we really started taking off. And so, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, I am excited to be a part of the XO18 team. I've loved working alongside you guys. I am formerly an executive director, I guess most recently, an executive director of a global anti-trafficking organization that is considered a global leader amongst that industry. I love helping people. Prior to that, I had pastored for lots and lots of years. I also have experience in higher education and business. My husband and I also run a business together. So I have my hand in a lot of different things, a lot of different areas of executive leadership over the years. And really at the core of who I am, I really love to see people and organizations overcome whatever challenges are staring them in the face, help them put together the strategy that really facilitates and pushes them along the line of becoming everything and accomplishing everything that their heart has been burdened to accomplish. So that's what I love to do. I'm also a wife. I'm a mom. Not a Mimi anytime soon.
You're a coach?
I'm a coach. I
Well,
am.
And coach, I mean, you got to talk about who you are as a coach, as an athlete,
athletic career.
Because and the reason I say this is because when we've talked about this in the past, like there are times that I'll introduce you and we'll talk and stuff, and it's like, and Kelly Sherpy, a former D1 athlete, and you're like, oh no, all American, like,
yeah, but
like
professional athletes.
professional. Yeah, she's like, oh, don't
professional.
Like, if you're going to bring it up, you at least have to get it right.
Right.
Yeah.
At least get it right. So talk about that a little bit, because that really is part of who you are and the chemistry of kind of how you're wired. And
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a former athlete. I'm a former D1 athlete. I played volleyball at Kansas State University. Go Wildcats. Current Big 12 champions. I'm just going to say that in football. So headed to the Sugar Bowl on New Year's Eve. But yeah, so that has been my life for a lot of years. I jokingly say I still moonlight as a volleyball coach, a club volleyball coach here in the DFW area. And really, at my heart of hearts, I'm an athlete and I'm a coach. I love, and you're also going to hear a lot of sports analogies. So I really have an affinity for that.
Those are my favorite.
I know Christy loves those.
well,
so much.
you have Kelly and I that will use a lot of sports analogies, and then Christy's like,
She's going to throw out her favorite funny meme.
Yeah.
Right. That's
or I resort to my mental health professional memes.
Exactly. Exactly. But I have as a former athlete, a former professional athlete, and a coach, I just have such a value for coming alongside and even just having people come alongside me and push me, right? Like push me, or for me to push them to become, find everything and see the potential in things that maybe they couldn't see for themselves and draw it out. So I really love that. Like I said, you're gonna hear lots of sports analogies. I love the coaching concept and coaching relationships. So, in addition to what I do with strategy here at Exo18, I also do some coaching. I know we all kind of wear that hat sometimes, but I just think it's such an important part of just that journey to maximize your potential and become everything that you can be.
So here's the question. So you've been on the journey with us. Have you been challenged and pushed with Exo18?
Oh my
That's
goodness.
an understatement.
Well, anybody who has been under Ed's leadership is laughing right now.
Right.
Right, like, ha, ha, ha. Kind of funny, kind of not.
My favorite thing is getting a phone call from Ed and saying, "Hey, we're developing something new." And I'm like,
Tomorrow.
right. Exactly. Cool.
Hey, we just locked in. We have
What
a
is
new
it?
client that we've just taken on, and I promised them that we would have this ready by next month.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah.
absolutely.
And that's when you're like, cool, Ed.
Right. Insert cool head right here.
Oh my gosh.
I know. But I'm kind of your girl for that because I've always gravitated towards what is the hardest, most unlikely and challenging situation. Put me in that and I will win,
Yeah,
right?
and
Like
you're
I will
you're
figure it
just
out.
Happy, you're happy about it, and I'm like,
I'm going to use that soundbite over and over
Right,
and
to
over
remind
again
me.
to
Yeah.
to remind you.
Right. You're gonna be like,
You know,
you
I
said.
may actually cut it and like make it your ringtone.
oh,
please,
You
please
know,
don't.
just
wow.
I might have just put myself in a trap
Then-
there.
like, oh, the most difficult, the hardest. I'm like, yes.
Then she might make your ringtone cool Ed.
Yeah.
Cool Ed. It's
Yeah.
I'm just
cool
saying,
Ed.
if you want to play that game, I will play it.
Uh-oh.
Challenge
Whoa.
accepted. Bring it on.
That's
great.
good. That's
That's
good.
Bring it on. Awesome. Well, I think that we have just established like such a great leadership team amongst our Exo18 team. We've got
absolutely.
a deep bench.
Mhm.
And
Hey,
just,
will you just real quick like introduce some of our other team members that we have?
yeah, absolutely.
And because some of them they'll be on future podcasts as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to have to help me out here as I hit everyone. First and foremost, we've got John Basheri from the Florida area.
Yeah.
He has pastored for
41 years.
almost as long as I have been alive.
John
Yeah.
pastors an amazing church, Lehigh, New Life in Lehigh.
Yeah.
41 years. He planted the church. It is, one of the flagship churches in Florida. He's an incredible leader,
Yes.
mentor, and we're fortunate to have him as
And
part
friend.
of our team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really is a great friend as well. And just brilliant when it comes to, growth and strategy and coaching
And honestly, longevity.
and longevity.
Longevity. Can we just talk about that? Like just for 30 seconds. I'm like,
You know what?
longevity.
We're going to have John on
anyone?
here just to talk about
Just to talk
longevity.
about that.
Yeah.
If you have pastored for 41 years,
Mm-hmm.
like I just, that just blows my mind a little bit.
Yes.
So
in the same location.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Without medication.
Oh wow.
No, just
right. Right. We also have Brian McNabb
Yeah.
from the help me
Yeah,
if I'm right,
Brian's in
Oklahoma
Oklahoma,
City.
yeah.
Oklahoma City
And
area.
Brian will be with us in a couple of future episodes.
He will, yeah.
To talk and share. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's got some. He has pastored for many years as well. Just some great a great executive strategic thinker.
Yeah.
Lots of wisdom and decades of experience.
Brian McNabb is, I call him, remember Russell Crowe, the movie A Beautiful Mind?
Mm,
That's Brian.
mm.
He's like, you talk org chart, you talk system development and all that. That's Brian. He is the Russell Crowe strategy and org chart.
I love it. I love it. You're speaking my language. We also have Todd Bolt, who has been in the game for a long time as well, and is just, I would say, a master of strategy and
Incredible.
strategic
Yeah.
development.
Absolutely.
He is fantastic. He has worked with churches all over the nation for many, many years, providing wisdom and guidance and strategic development and coaching. Again, just for lots and lots of years, and Mallory Bassham.
I know. I was like, we saved the best for last.
really
another
did.
female,
I
another
know.
excellent female leader.
Right. We love Mallory. She is incredible. Has been an executive leader in ministry and pastoring for, again, so many years. I think collectively
Another brilliant mind.
another brilliant mind. I think collectively, did we decide that we've got
over 100 years.
over 100 years? I
Over
would say
100 years.
almost. Yeah, well
A
over
lot.
100 years.
Well over 100
Let's not get
years.
into that because that
Yes.
actually might get
Yes.
depressing as we start
Because
putting
I'd
all
be
of our
curious, like
collective
just at the
experience
table
together.
here. But anyway, we won't go there.
We won't. We won't talk about that. We need our egos to stay intact as we keep moving forward today. But we have had so much fun in just collaborating and sharing our experiences and being able to share those with other leaders who are navigating some of the same challenges and different challenges that we ourselves have faced. But what I love about the team that we have assembled, and maybe we don't love it all at the same time, is that we've got the battle scars to prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
We've been
right.
in the arena, we've been beat up a little bit, and still love Jesus.
Still
Still
one of our
believe in the
favorite
local church.
one of our favorite lines is we are executive office expertise with street smart experience.
Absolutely.
We know it, we understand it, but we've done it. We've been beat up a little bit, So yeah,
Right.
yeah, we're there.
Well, Kelly, I was thinking about the first time we met in person at one of the most amazing cafes here in the Metroplex, I think. And I just was like, I'm just gonna like lay it all out for Kelly. And Kelly, you said to me, man, I don't want to work with people anymore who haven't been beat up a little in
I think
life.
I said who haven't gotten their butt kicked.
Yes, I was trying to like sanitize it a little,
Right.
But maybe you didn't say but. No, I'm just.
but I think that really leads into kind of our story, Ed, and why we felt so passionate
Yeah.
about founding Exo18.
Yeah, and I'd love to just share a little bit about that. And right before I just share that, we forgot like the oil of our engine at
Oh my
Exo18.
goodness!
Oh, we
I know.
can't.
Oh
See,
my
I just said it, and we're
goodness.
like, how?
How?
Oh, that would have been a complete
Like,
disservice.
it should be like he should be at the top.
He should be at the
And
top.
so, yeah, big shout out to Jance Mosley, who is our
Jance.
executive liaison. He makes everything that
He
we
keeps
do
all of us
In line.
in line,
in
and
line,
knowing where we're
tracking
going.
in a nice way.
And the
best way.
most
In a
gentlemanly
very nice way.
way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's like, Ed, I need you to do this. And what's really, there's a lot behind that, but anyway.
Jance is the best.
He is.
He's the absolute best.
I know he's listening, Jance. We love you a ton.
We
man.
love
We
Jance.
adore you,
We
Jance.
the day we found Jance, and I think we're going to talk about this later in future podcasts about the value of teamwork, and teamwork is one of our core values.
Mhm.
But we had a missing link.
We did.
knew it. We felt the pain of it, and the day we found Jance, we all were like, this was our missing link.
We did. We felt the lift from having the
Yes.
right person in the
Immediately.
right role.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. So you're right. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves because that's
Right.
going to be a whole.
But Ed,
We're going to unpack that all in and of
Yes.
itself.
Yeah. The Exo18 journey started 30 years ago. I was a young leader. I was a young very, very young, youth pastor, and had just started kind of, cutting my teeth on leadership and ministry. And, I was working in a very small church, and I came across a guy. I didn't know him well at the time. We've since become friends. But he was another youth pastor at another church, and he had written kind of a leadership curriculum called X18, based off of Exodus 18 principle. And I remember just as soon as I heard it, like it grabbed me, and I saw the manual, his handbook. I was so impressed with how he unpacked Exodus 18. And when I read that passage of scripture 30 years ago, it just resonated in my heart because I realized it's who I wanted to be, what I wanted to be, how I wanted to, that whole Jethro Moses principle. And for really 30 years, it has been a foundational scripture for leadership in my life that I refer to. I look to for guidance, that I've used to shape my own growth within organizations and pastoring and leading in different capacities. I've used it as a model, and have really now felt the nudge to be able to implement it and take that same principle and be able to utilize it and help kind of incorporate it into some of the organizations that we work with. And because imagine this, a biblical model.
I mean,
I feel like over the last years, there's like, oh, this model and there's that model, and, and then you have the circle, and then, I mean, how many flow charts have we seen in the last 10 to 15 years on different things? But, and I bought into some of them, like, yeah, we got to reorg this whole thing. And it was so funny because there were times of failure. And when I experienced kind of the leadership failure of my life, and had those moments where I just felt paralyzed, I was always driven back, and the Lord always brought me back to Exodus 18.
Mm.
And I love the principles of it. I love what God is saying in it. I love the interaction. I love the coaching and the help. And so a while back, like I said, it's been a number of years that we really knew and sensed that the journey for Christy and I would kind of take a different turn, where we would step out of the local church and really begin to invest ourselves into national leaders, nonprofit leaders, church leaders, ministry leaders, that kind of a thing. And so, almost 2 years ago, we had the opportunity to take a big step and to risk big. We had some margin in our life. We had some financial ability to be able to step out and take that, take that risk and, do the Abraham thing and open the door and, go into a land that we didn't know. But that's always been our personality. It's always been kind of who we are. And so Exo launched, and we really did not anticipate the momentum that we would experience so quickly within weeks. And so the journey, even in the last 2 years, it really has been, it's been remarkable, the amount of people that we've worked with, the leaders that we've worked with, churches that we've worked with, organizations that we've worked with. I mean, I feel like we're 5 to 7 years down the road from where we really should be. But I think it just goes back to, we're just seeing God's hand on what's taken place, and in the process, helping a lot of organizations, along the way. And Christy's been such an intricate part of that. I mean, we have, been married 34 years, and Christy is a brilliant, brilliant leader, strategist in her own right. And so, Christy, why don't you just, kind of share a little bit about yourself and your journey in Exo18?
My heart was so burdened for senior leadership, male and female, and just the challenges that leaders face today. And it was just so exciting to be part of a growing organization such as Exo18 that was offering solutions to help support frontline leaders. And, I would say that between the three of us, and being Ed, myself, and Kelly, we each have unique perspective that we bring to the table. And I definitely, as an executive pastor for several years, launching small businesses, which I think, we kind of pioneered some things.
Sure.
As far as transitioning a preschool into a profitable aspect of under our ministry, and then also launching 2 businesses, a cafe and a CrossFit gym, which was very exciting. And so it was always exciting getting those calls into your office saying, you're going to start a cafe, or you're going to start a CrossFit gym. And I was like, wow, I've never even seen CrossFit happen. And here we go. But it was very, very amazing learning opportunity. So I've launched business, and I've also launched ministry, and turned around business and turned around ministry. So I would say in the profit and nonprofit sectors. So it's just exciting to carry that entrepreneurial gift into our company now, Exo18, as we invest in frontline leaders now.
Yeah. And I think what's amazing with you is your ability to see the 10 things when we talk about things that need to happen, your ability to say, okay, wait, we have these things. And there's like, all of a sudden we're like, boom, 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 and there's a list of 10 to 20 things that I'm like, oh, but thank you, Christy. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for the lists. That's what you wanted to say, right? Thank you. You are the list maker.
List maker.
Christy just foresees all of the pitfalls and that could happen, and all the things that need to happen to avoid those, and makes the magic happen, right?
Yeah. This is my mental health piece coming in, but I don't like pain.
We're doing
So
whatever we can to avoid pain.
whatever I can do to avoid pain, that's what I'm going to do.
I can
And if that
appreciate that.
means really bringing venti coffees to to a podcast, then so be it.
Absolutely. So be it. But I think really Christy jokingly alluded to it here, but helping leaders avoid pain.
Yes.
Right? Unnecessary pain. Because there's
Right.
always going to be pain in leadership. There's
Sure.
always going to be pain in ministry. Anything you're doing that matters there's going to be pain involved.
Absolutely.
But in that whole like Jethro and Moses
Yeah.
concept that you talked about, Ed, in Exo18 is, Jethro comes along and says, what you're doing isn't good.
Yeah.
And let me help you,
Yeah.
right? Let me help you. Unpack that for me just for a minute.
And you know what? We're going to do that in our next episode.
Okay,
So,
let's
yeah.
not get
Oh,
ahead of
boy.
ourselves.
Yeah.
But
well-
no, we've built suspense. That's so
We did. Yeah,
amazing.
And we'll dig into the need of a Jethro.
Right.
Everybody has the need for a Jethro in their
Everybody.
life. So I know we'll talk about that a little in our next episode.
Okay. Well, then let's not get
is that
ahead of
cool?
ourselves.
Yeah, we won't get
But
ahead.
Yeah.
Kelly, you did such a great job of setting that up for
Oh,
It
us.
was so good.
Hey, I'm the master of teeing things
Yeah.
up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tee it up. Ed's going to hit a home run.
did.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna hit a foul
That's true.
ball.
Never.
No.
It's going to strike out.
Not cool, Ed. He would never strike out.
So anyway, well, I mean, we'll wrap up because we just really wanted to use this opportunity in our very first podcast, episode number 1,
Episode
to
number
just
1.
kind of intro who we are a little bit, share our hearts. And the one thing that I think you'll discover as you listen, we're going to do our best to, stay brief, condensed, to the point. We're gonna some
And
great application.
and
gonna
give
pack a
you
punch.
resources
Yeah, give you
that are going
resources.
to add value
Yeah.
to your life.
And the other thing that we promise is transparency and honesty. There may be times that, you're going to get that from us. That's just kind of who we are as leaders. So
Absolutely.
look forward to the journey. Thank you for listening. Check us out, exo18.com. Feel free to email, reach out, connect with us. We'd love to talk to you. If there's any way that we can come alongside you and help, we'd love to do that. So check us out online, Exo18. Also follow us on IG Exo18
On the gram.
strategy on the gram, or Exo18 on Facebook. So God bless you. We're praying for you, believing great things. Check out our next episode.